Good morning, and welcome to this spiritual reflection today from Deborah's Tree. I'm the Reverend Roslyn Taylor, just happy to spend a moment or two with you this morning. I'm going to start, as I sometimes do, with an open copy of the Bible, the Word of the Divine, just to indicate that we're open to the divine as we just spent this moment together. So I'm looking at Revelation chapter 4 now in our series on the book of Revelation. And this is what we read in verse 8, which is part of the description of the throne room of the divine. Each one of the 4 living creatures had 6 wings and was full of eyes all around and inside. They never rest day or night, saying, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God, the all-powerful, who was and who is still to come." There are other places in the book of Revelation where that phrase is given, but with a slightly different order. It might say who is and who was and who is still to come, but it's still the same mystical message. It's about the divine one who has been existing from eternity to eternity and is all powerful. And it reminds me actually of in the Old Testament, in the book of Exodus, where the divine one's name is given as I am who I am, or just simply I am. The thing is, in the Hebrew, in the Old Testament, the verb doesn't have a specific tense. It could mean I was, or I am, or I will be. But it's very clear in Revelation chapter 4, verse 8, that it applies to all the time, all the tenses. The Divine One has always existed, exists in this moment, and will continue to exist. I think it really describes the infinite and eternal nature of the divine, which, of course, being the limited human beings that we are, we can't really understand what it is to be divine or to be infinite or to be eternal. Not really. Swedenborg, though, helps me when he writes that the infinite part is about the Divine One's love that extends to everyone, everywhere, throughout time. And the eternal part is about the Divine One's wisdom that brings eternal truths to everyone, everywhere, throughout time. We might get a sort of a glimmer of what that means if you think about that we each can bring some love to some people some of the time, and we can bring some of our knowledge or wisdom to some people some of the time. And if you extrapolate that out to the divine, then maybe you can get some kind of idea what that might mean. But I want to focus for a minute on the phrase "who is still to come," because many people associate that with prophecies in the Gospels and later on in this book of Revelation about the second coming of Christ. Swedenborgian teaching helps me here too, because the teaching is that the second coming is spiritual in nature. It's not physical, as in Jesus' physical life on earth. As Jesus said, the realm of heaven is within you. So the coming of the realm of heaven would be within you too, not something you can see or experience externally in this world. And so one way that is within is an understanding of the inner meaning of the Bible, including Jesus' teachings, including this phrase. And another way to look at the inner meaning is to see how this phrase applies within you, directly to your own spiritual life. It could mean that the divine has always been with you, giving you life and guiding your spiritual life, and the divine is currently within you, teaching and guiding you, and preserving your spiritual freedom moment to moment. And the divine is still to come within you. You will continue to experience states of mind on your spiritual path that can bring you, if you're willing, to a place that's closer to the divine, into a fuller knowing and relationship with the divine. So my prayer for you today is that you might feel the divine presence in retrospect, bringing you to this very moment, and feel with appreciation how the divine is present and blessing you right now. And also that you can feel the confidence in knowing that the divine will continue to bring you the insights that you will need as you grow spiritually. Thank you for joining me today, and may the Divine One's grace and peace be with you.